Nick family, it's your boy Juby the Tubi, family above everything. Hope you guys are doing good. Knicks win last night, 121-106 against the Hornets. Behind RJ Barrett and Mr. Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin last night, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Shows why he can be the man, the future starting power forward. Do we really need Randall? Or is Obi Toppin showing us a glimpse of what he can do if provided with minutes? Also, Evan Fournier breaks John Starks' record. It pains me just to say that. He breaks the three-pointers made in one season by a Knicks player. A record that John Starks has held since 1994. But that's John Starks. Evan Fournier is Evan Fournier. I'll get to that topic in a minute. That and much, much more. Like I said, I'm Juby the Tubi. We're here, a family above everything. And we're going to have Zenray from Zenray Sports TV in a minute as the Knicks won against the Hornets last night. Stick around. We'll be right back. What's up, Nick family? How you guys doing? Salute to you guys in the chat that are going to be here live. Salute to you guys that are going to watch the show in replay. Welcome back to another one. I'm Juby the Tubi, family above everything. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing safe. And welcome to another show where the Knicks beat the Hornets last night, 121-106. Led behind this man right here, whose highlights I'm going to put up on front. As you can see, Mr. Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin in 40 minutes of play showed why, if you give the man minutes, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. The starting power, future starting power forward of the Knicks possibly. Only time will tell, but he's making a great case for himself, showing why Knicks management and coaching staff needs to give him minutes, because the kid is young and is only going to get better, and he plays above the rim. So, yeah, like I said, unfortunately, if you wanted the Knicks to tank, they won last night against the Hornets, 121-106. RJ Barrett led the way with 30 points. But Obi Toppin was the story of the town. Julius Randle, second game out. Mitchell Robinson did not play as well. And Obi Toppin and Jericho Sims got the start Jericho Sims started off hot too, but got into foul trouble. But again, Obi topping. And Mr. Evan Fournier broke the man, the legend, the myth, John Starks' record for most three-pointers made in a single season. And I don't know how I feel about that. As you guys know, I'm a big John Starks fan. That's my favorite player of all time. So a record that he's held since 1994, but records are meant to be broken. So congratulate to Evan Fournier for breaking John Starks' record, but there'll always only be one heart and soul of this team, and that's John Starks. But let's get Zen Ray from Zen Ray Sports TV in here, and he can tell us what his take was on last night's victory. What does that mean? What did he think of Evan Fournier breaking the record, and so on and so forth about Obi topping. Let's get him in here. He's doing up his little intro right now.
12, but Barry was the high man with 30 points, and these youth seemed like they were here to play. And welcome, Juby. We appreciate you coming on. That's Juby, the Tubi family above everything. New York straight sports talk. We're gonna switch over the screen. Here we go. Zen Ray is here with Juby the Tubi. Family above everything. So the Knicks win last night, 121. I'm doing well. Welcome everybody from New York Straight Sports Talk, family above everything. Your people to mine's hello from New York, as we all from New York here. One from the Bronx and one from NYC. So let's go on. We win 121 to 106. The positives is obviously he played the youth. We saw a little bit of the youth movement. McBride looked very good yesterday defensively. He shot the three very well. Sims even looked good in 26 minutes of play. Tell me, I know we're not going to make the playing game, but if Thibodeau keeps on playing these young kids, and now we'll know what we need for next year and what talent we need to get in here to make this team a more competitive team next year. I think we saw some signs of it tonight or last night. What do you think the Knicks has to do from this point on, Juby?
Ooh, salute to you guys at Zen Ray Sports TV. Thank you for having me on. But I mentioned to my chat that if you wanted the Knicks to tank the rest of the games, you kind of took this win with a grain of salt. Because they did win last night, 121 to 106, led by R.J. Barrett with his 30 points, and Obi Toppin making a strong case for himself, showing why if you give him minutes, what he can produce and what he could potentially do if given the minutes and possibly the starting position if the Knicks decide to go in another route next season if the price is right. But we'll get to that in just 1 second. I just want to say, it pains me to even say this, congratulations to Evan Fournier for breaking the man, the myth, the legend, the heart and soul, the man who made me the Knicks fan that I am today, John Starks' record, a record that he held since 1994. I don't know how I feel about it. Congratulations. Records are meant to be broken. But he holds the record now for the most threes in a season as a Knicks player. So a big accomplishment to him. But Obi Toppin, man. Obi Toppin, Zen Ray. I don't know. We got to stress that. I mean, Jericho Sims played well. He got into foul trouble. We know what we're going to get from RJ. But Obi Toppin was the man who made a case last night. And I want you to come at me and tell me what is your thought process after seeing this, and what should the Knicks management evaluate after seeing this performance?
So let me just say this. First of all, congratulations to Evan Fournier. It's a sour pill to swallow because, like you mentioned, Starks was the heart and soul of the Knicks. He's been there for so many years. A guy who comes in for the first year does this. It shows you how impressive Fournier is when he shoots the ball. But it's a sour pill to swallow because we don't see Fournier as a true Knick as of yet. He hasn't accomplished anything as of yet. And to have an accolade on a losing season, it's something kind of, okay, he broke the record, but look where we're at. We didn't make the play-in. We didn't make the playoffs. Well said. It would have been better if we would have had a better record. We would have been probably the 4th, 5th, 6th seed. And you break a record like that, shows how well the team's playing collectively. But congratulations anyway to the Frenchman, Evan Fournier. But getting back to the Obi Topping situation, it shows you This is just Obi topping, getting his feet wet with 40 minutes of play. He went 8 for 11 from the field, 2 from 4 from the 3-point range. He needs to get to the free throw line a little bit more. I think those stats could be a little more. I can see him doing 40 minutes, doing like 12 rebounds and 21 points a game. If he can do that on a consistent basis, that's all we need from our power forward. And the fact that we saw R.J. Barrett play power forward as well last night, it shows that you can do a 1-2 combination. Start Obi, extend our lineup of bringing Barrett into that 4, bring Cam in, and bring the young kids and McBride and quickly. You have a team to be reckoned with. And not only that, you'll get your point guard because you need a point guard. I'm not saying that McBride will be a starting point guard, but having McBride in his position, having quickly being in his position, you can do a lot of things. But you need a coach that can think out the box, and not to be an old-fashioned coach who's instilled in his ways about being consistent about playing veterans. I can only play with veterans. I can only coach veterans. If you're coaching in the NBA, if you can expand yourself to know how to put these players to succeed, then I don't think you're the right coach for the Knicks. I think we need a young guy who can, or you're not a young guy, a person who can be open-minded in how to get these kids to play together and to get them to expand their games, veterans or no veterans.
Agreed.
This team showed that we beat a young Charlotte Hornet team. It was a young, youthful, upcoming team in the next couple of years with a couple of more players in there. I think this team, the Hornets, can be a very competitive team. They're competitive this year.
Third best offense in the NBA. I don't know if you knew that stat line. Third best offense.
37 and 36. We were chasing the Atlanta Hawks and them, and obviously this game would have been much better if we would have won that Utah game, and we would have won that game last night at Atlanta or at the Garden playing Atlanta. We would have been how many games out already? We would have been 2 games out with 9 remaining.
Yeah.
We're still 6 games out with 9 remaining. So right now, I'm saying Topping played well. I even liked Deuce McBride. Did you see the defense Deuce played last night? He only played 11 minutes. But if he would have had another 10 minutes, Deuce would have scored 15, 16 points because he was nailing that 3. He was 3 for 4 from 3-point range, 3 for 4 from the field combined. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist. The only thing that's holding him back is quickly is bringing up the ball, and McBride is not. McBride can do this. If you can put quickly in his area as a shooting guard and let this McBride in the last 8-9 games, let him be the pure point guard, you're going to see the numbers he's going to put up in these last 8-9 games. I'm telling you, give the rock to Deuce and let him be the pure point guard. We don't have to win any more games. I mean, you want to win games, obviously, but you don't need to win any desperate games to get to playoffs because obviously you're out of it. Let Deuce play because in 21 minutes of play, I don't know what you saw, Juby, but he looked very impressive.
He did. I love the way he played. Played a lot of defensive schemes. Shot the ball very well. Quentin Grimes didn't have a great shooting game. He shot 1 for 6, only had 3 points. But again, defense is what the coach likes to see. Quickly again with 10 points. Didn't shoot the ball very well either, 4 for 9. But Obi Toppin, man, I'm going to keep saying it. 8 for 11 from the field, ladies and gentlemen. That is what a complete game is. He didn't have to score 30. Didn't have to score 40. It's the efficiency. 8 for 11. He had rebounds. He had assists. He played above the rim.
Ball up too, and even though he felt uncomfortable, he said he's getting better and bringing the ball up. We don't want you to do that. At times you have to do it, and he did it. Look, Juby, continue on, but this kid's confidence is really high. Play him and start him for the rest of the season.
I think honestly, if I'm Julius Randle right now, it's gut check time. I got to look at myself in the mirror and say, hey, listen, if I may have rolled myself out of here because this kid is ready. He's ready to fill my shoes. He may not be a scoring monster that Julius Randle has the potential to be. And I think Julius Randle's a better shooter than him. But he can learn that. The kid plays above the rim. He plays hard. He runs up and down the court. His three-pointers are getting better, even though sometimes we cringe and we look and we say, no, he's shooting that 3. But it's getting better.
It's okay. Let him do it. Let him do it. Juby, you said it. this kid, I think Randall probably sees the writing on the wall.
I think
Please,
so.
Randall, trip over something and kind of bump your knee or something, not come back. I hate to say that, but Julius, just stay on the bench. Come off the bench. I don't think he's going to do this twice a month.
If I'm Julius right now, I gotta worry about my mental health. If we said this as Knicks fans, we know that Julius really doesn't have a quad or a sprain or a tear. I think this is more. Julius needs to psychologically get himself in check. And I think mental health is very important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna keep stressing that. We all go through stuff in life. There are trials and tribulations. And before you can excel at something, you need to excel in yourself and keep your mind clean. So Julius is fighting some demons. He's been fighting them all season, whether it's the pressure, whether it's the media, whether it's personal in his personal life. Definitely going through some stuff. And with 9 games ready, left and nothing really to play for, if I'm Julius, I would say, you know what, guys, maybe give him 1 or 2 more games and say, take a bow respectfully and let the young kid, let Obi Toppin play, let Jericho play, let Knicks media, let Knicks fans know how bright the future looks, because we saw it in Obi, McBride last night, in Sims. Sims got into foul trouble early, but before he got into foul trouble, he had 10 points. So he was playing exceptional. I mean, and Evan Fournier, I don't know, guys. I have mixed emotions about the guy. He broke a record 4 for 14. That is what I feel. He shot 4 for 14 and broke a record. I know.
Under 30% to break the record. Well, he shot 40% from 3, but shot under 40% from the field. So I don't know. You're right. Look, Juby, Fournier shouldn't be in the plans. If you want to go and build up the youth and get the players out there, because from what I saw from McBride, I think can be as good or better shooter than Fournier, given the chance. Oh yeah.
See, guys, all season, your boy has been rooting for Obi Toppin. I'm gonna tell you guys, there's 2 things. I've been screaming for Obi Toppin all season since the beginning of the season started. This guy right here has been screaming for 2 players, Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride. That's who he's been screaming for all season. Been saying, let him play.
And even when we got Cam Reddish, I was saying Cam as well. Yeah. Look, we have the talent in the youth. If when you bring the youth guys coming in, there is a synergistic approach that a teams come out. Like this synergy, there's a certain vibe that you bring in that the kids are fun to play. Look, you're not going to win every game. You're going to make mistakes, but let them learn it. So even next year, if you're a 500 playoff, and maybe you're the 7th seed, 8th seed, then let be it if it's with the youth. But if you get a point guard here, I can see this team being a 6th seed with this talent they have.
Agreed. Listen, you hit it right. You hit it right on the money. You know what I mean? Alex Burke continues to play heavy minutes. 33 minutes last night. Maybe they're showcasing him for the offseason. I can only hope, because he played a decent game too. 5 for 11, 17 points last night. Showcase that guy. Package him in a deal. And I'm, like I said, I have mixed emotions about winning last night. We spoke. We want a better draft pick so we can incorporate it in some kind of package with Julius and maybe Evan to get our point guard. But I don't know. I don't know what are the chances. Like you said, 9 games left. We're 6 out. That means we would have to have the Hawks lose the next 6 out of 9 games in order to just tie. And we gotta win. It's very tough.
Not gonna happen. And Charlotte, they have 37 wins. We have 31. We're still 6 games out from them. And the Hawks, I think, won or playing today. Juby, we're not gonna make it there. Let the kids play. Let Randall sit down. Do the same thing to Kemba. Let him rethink everything for the rest of the year. You're still gonna get paid, but that would hurt Julius Randle in so many ways, and that would bring his value down. So I don't think you'll do that. Yeah. But what I would do at least is
cut his minutes.
Share the minutes. So if Obi Toppin got 40 minutes, give him 25 minutes, and you can still give Julius 30 minutes. You can play them both together. You can do a lot of, but see, I don't think like Thibodeau thinks outside the box where he can kind of be innovative. enough to kind of put the players in there together and see what they can do. That way you can see what you have next year. And if Julius behaves and you can see you can play Topping and Randall at the same time, then you got something. If you can't, then you have to make a decision because Topping is going to have a lot of value from what we see now. And you have a trade chip. So do you want to deal with this? And he can change, Randall can change, but this season's misery and outspoken and argumentative and disrespectful and unprofessional player that we've been seeing for the last 3 months, 2 months. We can't see that
all season, pretty much. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, then you have to make the decision: is he the face of a franchise that Knick Nation can be proud of, or do you want the most subdued, happy, outgoing, respectful Obi Topping on the field to produce for you?
I mean,
my choice is very easy.
Based on what I saw last night and him not, being so young and only can get better, I would do Obi. Obi is 20. What is Obi? 22?
24.
24. So he got 5 years on Randall, right? I think Randall is 28.
No,
right?
He's going to turn 28. So we got 4 years on Randall.
4 years. I mean, it's a tough one, guys. I mean, Randall signed. He got us to the playoffs last season. He had, he won Most Improved Player last season. But we don't want to speak about what he did. We want to speak about what's going on now. Like I said, everybody fights demons. He could get himself on track. But the Knicks want to take a chance on him and invest in him? Or do they want to make R.J. Barrett? We keep saying Obi Toppin, but if you trade Julius Randle, then this team collectively goes to R.J. Barrett, and then you
Obi Toppin.
The additions will be Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, and all McBride and all the young kids.
Go in there. If you get rid of Fournier, Burks, and you get rid of Randle, and let's hope Mitchell stays, the Mitchell Robinson,
and Noel, get him out of here. Get him out of here, too.
If you get Mitchell Robinson out and are trying to send a trade, you get your point guard, or maybe you can package a Randall and a Mitch together to a team that can use a power forward and a center. People didn't think about that. And a sign and trade and get maybe Donovan Mitchell and you throw maybe a couple of first-round picks. I think that should do it. You're going to get a center and a power forward. I think we're giving a lot, but I think that'll make them think, But do they need a center? Does the Jazz need a center? You got Rudy Gobert, so that the center situation there may not work there.
No, I think the Jazz would be more interested in an Evan Fournier, Julius Randle package, and maybe. And I don't want to say this.
There's too much cap to take. How much is we have to go with the cap? Donovan is making every year how much?
Well, that would be the trade. I'm not saying for them to keep Donovan. I'm just saying in a fool's gold scenario that Spider Mitchell says I want out of Utah, and then the Knicks say, you know what? Let's make a call. Then they would give us back Mitchell. They would take either a Randall or a Fournier or Randall and maybe a young stud like Cam Reddish, which I don't really want to give up, or a McBride. That's the only thing.
Before I give anybody up, I'll give a Grimes. I'll give a Grimes up and keep my.
You would give up Grimes over Cam Reddish, the unknown right now. Truthfully, that's tough. That's a tough one. That's tough. Because we've seen what Grimes we can do.
Grimes is such a good defender, but you have to give something to get something, Juby. You gotta get Donovan Mitchell, man.
Yeah,
we could fix getting another Grimes, and Grimes is still raw. He's still raw. His defense is his game. Scoring will come with him, but he's going to be a good player. I think he could be a very Randall and Grimes.
I just think it's fool's gold. You mentioned it the other day. The Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I don't want to. I see more a Damian Lillard trade happen before I see Donovan Mitchell. Even though I don't want Lillard, I'm just saying I would see that happening before that.
Kids, that's like a win now kind of take. The guy's like 30 years old. What? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I just don't want them to put their chips into Brunson, and I don't know if Knick Nation feels like that. I don't know if you feel like that. Brunson has not. He hasn't improved. He hasn't showed me. He hasn't wowed me As a fan, and maybe I don't watch enough games from him, Brunson has not wowed me. For that, I'd rather keep Derrick Rose and Miles McBride and Emmanuel quickly to run my point guard situation than give up so much or give $90 million to a Brunson. That's just what I'm trying to say.
All right, so the Knicks lose 121 to 106. So the Charlotte Hornets are right now the ninth seed in that play-in game, and Atlanta's one game behind them in the 10th seed. So that's why these games are so important. So for the Knicks to play a young, energetic, future good team in the league, upcoming team in the league, the Knicks put their young players out there. They didn't have Julius Randle. It shows you, even with LaMelo Ball scoring 32, Rozier 18, Miles Bridges 15. They have a very good team. Their bench didn't do very much. McDaniels didn't look very good yesterday. He had 7 points in 17 minutes to play. Thomas, Oubre didn't do much. Look, the Knicks, even Harrell is an impressive center for them. He didn't do much. He had 5 points. Plumlee in 27 minutes to play at 7 points. So the center situation, they need to work on it in that area there. But it's a draft coming up, and you can get lucky by making some trades or whatever. This is an upcoming team. The Knicks beat them convincingly, 121 to 106 at Charlotte. The only thing I can say right now, looking at the Knicks, we have to play McBride quickly together. I like when they play together. I just don't like the fact Quickly is always getting the ball, and respectively, McBride is always giving it to him. So I can understand that. Maybe you have to do something where you just bring Quickly and McBride and Grimes together and let McBride take over. I would like to see that combination, McBride and Grimes. Haven't seen that together. No. I haven't seen that. And put in there as your point guard, your shooting guard, and then you put Barrett as your small forward, Topping as your power forward,
and Sims
as your center. Yeah. Wow, let's see what we have with that. That's an exciting, energetic team. Juby, I don't know what to say. I'm so excited about the Knicks' future. I'm not too excited about management's move on keeping Tom Thibodeau for another year. Look, I said this before. You can't teach old dogs new trick. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but he's not made for this Knicks team that has a lot of young teams. I don't want to see Leon Rose going for veterans again like he did for Kemba Walker and Fournier. That obviously did not work. It's not working, obviously, because you don't have a point guard. Don't bring veterans here to try to win next year or try to be competitive next year. Our goal is to build the youth to a way where the foundation of the youth, where 2 or 3 years from now, you can say, wow, this team is good and can make to the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's going to take time. That's not going to happen overnight. But I'd rather let it develop let it simmer for 2 or 3 years so it can develop to a winning team. And right now we have some uncertainties. It starts with Julius Randle. It starts with Fournier. It starts with having Burks there. And it definitely has a lot to do with having the head coach, Tom Thibodeau, coaching up these players and wanting to be heavy veterans.
Problem is, Zenray, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, is that you got a man who won Coach of the Year last year. We all forget that as Knicks fans. We always talk about Julius Randle winning Most Improved Player. But Tom Thibodeau won Coach of the Year. Did he deserve it? I don't know. I think the Phoenix Suns coach.
All the players bought in. Exciting new coach. They all bought into the system. I think this year is different. Randle has.
Well, they showed up into training camp already last year, and I'm talking about not this season, ladies and gentlemen. Last year they showed up. Prior to training camp, they were working out. You saw videos of Julius Randle lifting up tires and RJ Barrett.
They were buying into Thibodeau. Look, Juba, you said it best in yesterday's show. We had a better record than Atlanta coming in. So what happened between that time and now?
Julius.
Well, he's one of them, but the players have all start buying in. And when you have a bad apple on a team and you're not buying in, and you've seen that one player is not being accountable, but you have to be accountable, and it brings down the morale of the team. And that's what happened, Juby. That's what happened. Not having a point guard is part of the problem, but the major problem is we didn't have such a great point guard last year. We didn't have such a great point guard, but we still bought into Tom Thibodeau, and Julius Randle was on his best behavior. I don't remember how many games he was disrespectful or acting up. Maybe he had a couple of games here, but that I can't remember. Maybe I had a few games here and there. But it seems it's constantly on a constant. Every game, he has to be vocal with the officials, has to be vocal with players, kind of be with the opposing player and the competitive side, trying to trash talk, bully his way. I'm tired of that, Juby. Let Topping be the future. Let McBride be the future. Let Grimes, Cam Reddish, Barrett be our future, and you're gonna see where this team is gonna go.
If only Nick management can hear you, Zenray. I agree with you 100%. Next stop, we Knicks go to Miami and they face a Jimmy Butler and their coach who had a little dispute last night. If you guys didn't see that, check it out. It's all over YouTube, all over ESPN. They had a little coach-player meeting. A lot of things were exchanged. Coach went at Jimmy Butler. He went back at him. They didn't get physical, but a shouting match. But maybe
you can't have that on the team.
Hopefully, I would see. Normally, I would say hopefully that'll disrupt their offense and we can go in there and win. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I want to win. I just want to see the young kids play.
We win. If we do like last night, if we win with our young kids playing,
then well worth it. All right,
it's all worth it. I just feel bad that Cam is not there to show his thing, and that McBride is not getting enough minutes. But I think in these last 7-8 games, you're gonna see a lot more of McBride. I just would like him to be the point guard with just bringing the ball up and making decisions, and have Quickly be on the bench when he's on there. Or if Quickly's on, just let Quickly you do what your role is, and let McBride does what he does best and bringing the ball up. I'm very excited, Juby. Thanks for coming on. So we play the Heat tomorro
tomorrow night, 8:00. So that leaves us with a show on Saturday. We'll figure it out. We'll get together and we'll let the fans know. But we'll have post game Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do that, Juby. Thanks again, once again. And I know that we kind of was a little bit over the place. The Knicks win 121-106. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up in about 4 or 5 months. In about 4 months. So we're very new at this. We're expanding. We're like the rookies. We're like the McBrides, the Cam Reddishes, and the RJ Barretts. But we'll get there. We'll be up there with the big boys one day, Juby. And I'm glad that I'm doing this for anybody else but you. And it's good to see us grow together. I mean, look at me, what we're doing in terms of bringing stats up, putting videos up. We're getting up there.
That's right.
We just need an audience. Once we get our audience gets bigger, the best is yet to come. So this is what I want to say to all New Yorkers and everybody around the world, and our prayers to the people in the Ukraine. Much love and much peace needs to be passed on to them. So to all New Yorkers and everybody around the world, never give up. Never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come, with love, peace, and gratitude. Juby.
Later, my brother. Peace out, man.
Any last words on your end?
Go New York, go New York, go. You already know. And as always, family above everything, guys.
All right, Juby. Thank you very much.
Later, brother.
We'll see you on Saturday morning or early afternoon on Saturday.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Juby. Zenray out.
Peace, brother. All right, guys. That was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. Like he said, the 1-year anniversary. Wow. I didn't even know. 1-year anniversary is coming up of us doing our show. We've come a long way, I gotta tell you, man. When we first started out this thing, we had doubts and we didn't know if it would work with our schedules and how me and him will mesh together. And so far, I'm very appreciative of having a co-host and a friend like Zenray. Really, really important person. I learned a lot from him in the last 5 years that I've known him. But enough of the gushy stuff, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a little bit cloudy here in New York, a little bit of rain, but the weekend is upon us, and soon the summer will be here. So if you guys are looking for that tumbler to keep your beverage hot or keep your beverage cold, or looking for a special gift, check out on the bio, Family Above Everything's Etsy webpage, where things are done customized and things are done with love and with care. And the things you will see is unbelievable. Again, that link is in my bio. Check it out. She makes amazing things, customizable things that you only can dream of. So enjoy your Friday tomorrow, because we won't be on. Be safe. I'm Juby the Tubi, reminding you guys that you don't have to be blood to be family. And as always, family above everything. Have a great weekend, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track, here we come. League is Summon 21 and the Knicks are on a run. And I'll tell you with Tibbs, we a bit too much to handle. With Barrett, Bullock, Burst, and Randall, it's the Knicks, and we're taking back our place. Everyone's gearing up with a mask on their face. The guard's going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. 21 is a Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that it takes. We're shooting 3-pointers, and we're running fast breaks. If your defense makes a mistake, then BAM! Robbie dunks in your face. This is a team you don't wanna miss. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks.